Will you share your story? You don't mind? Yeah, well, yeah, if you want. You can go stay in the bathroom and tell the story. She has a good story. Start with, the one when, however you did the whole day.
Well, I came over from Ireland yesterday, and my life has really changed so much, and I have so much good times, and I practice positive emotional states. So I thought, what can I do today? Coming to London, and and it was great. I thought I'll take the day and enjoy London. So I got the luggage into the station. I got everything put away. I got everything sorted, and I bought an open-top bus ticket. And it was a beautiful day yesterday in London. So everything was great, and it was fine. And there was a free boat trip included on the. So I just noticed automatically that I just thought, no, I'm not going that. So it's almost like I'm watching my own life. And I thought, well, why would you not go on it? So I noticed the resistance to going on it, so I thought, go on it. So I went to it, and so I was standing in the queue, and I'm watching the water, and everybody's enjoying themselves, a beautiful day, I'm taking photographs, and I suddenly start to notice something, and I thought, what is it? So I was looking at the water, and I don't like water. So I just presume I don't like water and that I'll never like water before. But now I start to, I question everything. So I thought, well, what's wrong with water? And so I didn't know what was wrong with it, but I just knew that if I looked at the water, I didn't like it. So I know that I'd be afraid of drowning. I'd be afraid of all the monsters that are in deep water, and I'd be afraid of the dirty water. All this was coming up. So I just started tapping quietly, and there's like lots of people. And then I thought, I tapped on the feeling of not wanting to be seen. Who knows me in London? Nobody knows me. So I started tapping, okay? So here I am, picture the scene, I'm standing in the queue to get onto the boat, tapping, and then the dirtiness of the water and the deepness of the water, and if I fell into the water and I would drown, and all the sensations. And so I tapped all of that away, and I was very lucky. I got right to the very front of the big glass. It was a big glass boat, so I was right at the water. I was sitting, and the water was just there, and I thought, I've cracked it, and I felt really good. But then the boat started, and the water started going up, and I thought, oh God. So then I really started tapping again, and I could see this one beside me looking at me, and I thought, I don't care. I just tapped and tapped and tapped. So I cleared all that, and that was okay. And so then we got to the end of the trip, and we're up at Big Ben, and it's amazing, you're at Big Ben. So I'm standing looking, I think, this is gorgeous, this is great. And then something started coming again. And it was amazing to me that my father committed suicide 11 years ago. And the way he did it was that he went into a river. He put a breeze block around his neck and held onto the thing and went down into the water. So what I didn't remember until I was standing right at that point was that my father died on the 21st of January. And on New Year's Eve, previous to it, 3 weeks before it, I had been in London, and I had been at Big Ben for New Year's Eve. Well, I believe that such was the trauma of the event after the Big Ben. I had forgotten that I had been at Big Ben. I never thought about it since, because my life completely changed the day my father killed himself. So here I am, I'm at Big Ben, and I start to feel these feelings, and I start to tap, and then I started to remember. So then I can remember there's a bit there left. I can remember my father's, phoning my father from the bottom of Big Ben and saying, God, this is brilliant, and Happy New Year to you, and he wasn't in good form. And, that was one of the last phone calls that I had with him. But it was so interesting to me that here I was in the middle of London in all of this, and suddenly this stuff started coming. And, I take FasterEFT for granted in my life now. What would I have done in any other circumstance? I had a very strong sensation that I wanted to run. I thought, it's time, I need to get to Dover now, I need to go. And I knew that, and I knew you're just running, Deirdre. You're just running from the emotions. So just stand there. So I am standing at the Big Ben, all these people, tourists taking photographs and everything, and I am just standing, looking at the water, feeling all the missingness of my father gone and all that. And I have worked with Robert, and I've worked with myself, and I've dealt with a lot of my father's death. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to talk like this. But here it wasn't all gone. There was something else there that I didn't consciously remember. And here it was, it presented itself. So it was very interesting to me that I had the sensation of being well, I don't know what my father was thinking, but I have what I imagine my father would have been, someone who is about to commit suicide feels alone. And I am standing in the hive of activity of all these tourists, and I am standing tapping with that alone feeling. And it was incredible, it was brilliant. So I'm tapping. And it's amazing to me even that I say that, because it wasn't a pleasant feeling, but it was a tapping opportunity, and I took it. So this is the laugh at the end of it, because my friend is living with me at the minute. I have a girlfriend who's sharing the house with me at the minute, and she's into angels. So we do the angel. She's into angels, and so because I'm practicing being open to everything, I notice she does angels. So I'll do do angels. What do? You call them in? Okay, right, call them in. So we sit and do this thing. So here I am at Big Ben, and I have tapped on a lot of the work, and I thought, maybe I could have a sign. Maybe I'll call an angel. I'll try one of them. Could I have a sign? So I sort of, in my head, could I have a sign, please? So that's okay. And honest to God, this woman walked over to me, and she said, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the Tate Gallery is?" And I said, "No, I don't know." Now it turns out she's Irish, and she's got the same accent as me. And she said to me, "What are you doing?" And I said, "What am I doing?" And then I said to her, "Do you really want to know what I'm doing? Do you want to really know what I'm really doing?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay. 11 years ago, my father committed suicide, and blah, 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 blah." And I told her the whole story. And I said, "So I'm actually practicing a technique here, and I'm relieving the stress of emotions." Well, we stood for 20 minutes. The woman was from Ireland. She had I'm getting emotional. It's incredible. She had never been home. She hasn't been back to Ireland. She can't go home because of the pain that she's in, because of the mother and father's anger and trauma and fighting and what she witnessed. And it turns out, she's an artist. This is why she was going to the Tate Gallery. So she's a very, very successful woman, but she is emotionally crippled. She's absolutely crippled. So we're standing there, and I mentally tapped on her. I was tapping on her as she was talking. I didn't start to do all this on her, but I did tap on her while she was talking. I gave her my card. I told her about Robert. One of her biggest horror memories, which she told me about in those 10 minutes, was about the Sleeved Honoured Hotel in Newcastle, which is where I'm from. And we have held seminars. I have hosted Robert there. So can you imagine, in all of London, suddenly we are standing talking about the Sleeved Honoured Hotel in Newcastle, about Robert Smith, about FasterEFT, about blah, 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 about this whole, we're awake. We're awake. So many people are sleeping. And, and I got the opportunity, to shine a wee light. And there it goes. So I'm just so excited about it all. It's so good. So it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Dead on. You're okay. You're okay. Bye. 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 Peace. Okay. So it just was an amazing story, and I'm very glad to get to share it with you. And this stuff does work. So if you're in the deep doo-doo over the next 4 or 5 days, he will trigger you, he will try to, and He's absolutely amazing. He'll change your life if you want it.
Thank you. Give a hand.